Oh, are you all alright? Yeah, it's not going anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere. Oh man, look at today. Look how nice it is. This is very good for my mood. Sadly, what's not so good for my mood is I am a motorcycle gear destroying machine. I'm like the fricking Terminator. I walk around with a picture of a jacket going, hey, have you seen this jacket? Because I just seem to be able to destroy any bit of motorcycling gear that I have in no time at all. What's in the bag on the back is in fact my leathers, both parts, because you see I bought those leathers from J&S, Frank Thomas leathers, a little over a year, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe it's 2 years now, I'm not sure, no it can't be 2 years, but it's been a while. When I first bought them I said to them, oh these zips do look a little bit thin and a little bit weak, are you sure these things will last? Oh they'll be fine, we never have a problem with them. Okay, I'll take your word for it. The zip broke in the flies after a few months and they replaced that, good on them, it was under warranty. And now what's happened is the zip that goes, you know, that zips the two pieces together around your middle, on one side, the zip is broken both on the trouser side and the jacket side. So even if I was to replace the zip on the trousers, the zip on the jacket is still going to need replacing. So I'm taking it back and hoping I can sweet talk them into some warranty work, even though it's out of warranty. Just because of the problems I've had from day one with this stuff. Not only that, if you remember I returned some RST boots a little while ago. Well, the new ones, yeah, the sole's practically fallen off it. So I've got to take those back today as well, which are on my feet. And this is the problem. I only really have one set of bike gear. So I'm currently wearing some rock jeans, my broken boots, which I'm going to have to try and exchange today, and my Garrick leather jacket that you will remember from my early vlogging days. This thing is so big on me now. Honestly, I've lost so much weight. It's actually funny. It's also not good because it means that the whole belly part is just like 5 inches, if not more, you know, around the middle, just bigger than it needs to be. So if I come off, yeah, I could really screw my back up road rash wise. So I'm going to have to try and be careful, I guess. But this is a perfect example, okay? This jacket was from Garrick. I bought it about 8 years ago, maybe slightly longer, I'm not sure. I used it for about 5 years and I crashed in it 3 times. Are any of the zips broken? No. Is any of the leather damaged? Well, it got very scuffed, but no, not really. It's perfectly structurally sound. Was it super expensive? No. I bought it for less than 200 quid. It was in a bit of a sale, admittedly, but very comparable to what I paid for my J&S Frank Thomas stuff, because if you're not aware, Frank Thomas is J&S. And then you wonder, is it because I'm buying overly cheap gear? And Frank Thomas, it's not overly cheap. I mean, the whole 2-piece set probably cost me just shy of 400 quid. And it's lasted less than 2 years. And it all comes down, not to the construction, because the leather's nice, and the build's nice, the cut's nice, the design, all that's all really good, really like it. It's because some accountant went, oh, let's save 3 quid by putting shitty zips on it. And this just adds to my... It's going to be a war soon on the zip. The zip has to go. I don't know what we're going to replace it with because there's nothing that's quite like it. But, well, there is a few things. But the zip has to go. Or at least someone has to make a zip that doesn't break. Because it's getting done now. Every single bit of bike equipment I have possessed that has had a zip, one of the zips has broken, apart from on the jacket that I'm currently wearing. I feel like a penis at this point because I am repeatedly going back to the shop with gear, getting it replaced, and then going back again. I'm sure they don't care, you know, it's just their job, you know, they didn't choose what gear that the company stocked, or who, or how it was made, so hopefully they don't think I'm too much for a cock, but Jesus. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do. I'm half expecting I'm going to have to pay for that zip to be replaced, but if they can do it under warranty as a gesture of goodwill, that would be the nuts, because it's the 2 biggest zips on the entire jacket. And the boots, hopefully, will just be a straight swap, apart from we have the problem that RST requires you to return boots if it's outside of a month. Well, they did break outside of a month, and I contacted RST, the same person that I contacted last time, and was dealing with the last claim on the last pair of boots that broke, and she flat out refused me. So well done, RST. Not only do you make shitty gear, but your customer service is wank as well. Sorry, I'll stop moaning now because it's sunny and I'm on DIVI and I have power and a clutch and I love these things as much as I do enjoy riding that scooter around. I've been using it actually, the little Diablo, to get around the island, and it's brilliant because you just jump on it, turn it on, shoot down the road, you've got space for shopping and stuff. Awesome little thing. Can't say I'd want to take it much further, but I will be doing some further away stuff. Oh, I know you haven't seen Derek for a while. I did do a video. Oh, they have upped the security again. The pole got longer, but as we all know, it's not long enough. The pigeons, they're not going to stop me. Oh, you can't do this on DIVI. Holy shit. Well. Yes, that is a swastika. But that looks like it took effort. Why is this happening? Oh, more shit. No swastikas this time though, so that's good. This has been put here specifically for fun. Not possibly for any other reason. It's not to stop people doing donuts in here. Yeah, I'm shit at wheelies. I was using the Drift Ghost 4K and we have got the audio problems kind of sorted now. However, I had some problems with the adapter, which we're still working on. So that camera is still a work in progress, but I'm hopeful that it'll be good in the end. I'm in constant contact with Drift. We're trying out different adjustments to the firmware, and as I say, we're getting there bit by bit. I'm just dealing with the sort of the vlogging side to get it working as a vlogging camera. How's my package doing? Yeah, it's all good. What was that? Maybe my expectations are too high of gear. Like, how long would you expect, say a set of leathers, how long would you expect to be able to use those without having to get them repaired? How long would you expect a set of boots to last without getting repaired? How about a set of gloves? I mean, for me, I would say boots should last a minimum of 2 seasons. Seems fair. Gloves, again, 2 seasons. I'm not expecting them to look brand new by the end of the first, and obviously the amount of use is a contributing factor, but I mean, a set of leathers, I would like to see at least 3 or 4 years out of that without having to constantly replace the zips. And if you look at the zips on it, you were like, well, that was never going to last that long, was it? The legal expectation is only a year, which, you know, when you're spending a couple of £100 on a pair of trousers, if they break after a year, you're not going to be best pleased, because when it's something that's got to be used in a crash, if it can't hold up to day-to-day use for more than a year, then what the hell is it going to do in a crash, you know what I mean? At least I had the forethought to bring a bag with me, so I could put the rope in it and not have that tied to the bike on me somehow, because strong ropes like this and speed and things they can get caught round in your neck and body and wheels and lots of rotational, you know, you don't want that stuff. Seriously, this halo that the GT man sent me, dude, so many times has it come to my aid. Okay, so we're all done in there. The guys in that J&S are so good these days. Really friendly and nice and helpful and honest about stuff. The leathers are obviously not under warranty, I knew that, and thankfully it seems that Frank Thomas do not charge you nearly as much as others do to fix, well, it's because of their own gear, I guess. He suspects it'll cost me about 40 quid to have both the zips repaired, which is amazing when you consider that a company I contacted to put a zip into my old boots wanted £50 per boot. So, good stuff there, Frank Thomas. And the boots, I've returned the RSTs. I will not be buying another pair of them, or anything made by RST. I know in the past they've been good, but from the stories I've heard of late, something's happened in that company in the past couple of years, and the accountants have taken over, and now they're turning to absolute shite. I couldn't get an adventure style boot, which is I prefer, because, you know, obviously for me that's perfect, because I'm on beaches sometimes, and I do some off-roading, green laning, messing around, I ride an SM and a sports bike, so an adventure boot is a perfect mix. However, there was a Frank Thomas option which wasn't going to fit right, and there was RST. So I've ended up going for some BKS sportier boots. Hope you saw those. So what I've gone for is a zip boot. Do not break zip, I swear. The guy in the shop was like, no, I've had some BKS ones that have lasted, you know, more than 3 years. I think the zips on them are okay. But I only had to pay an extra 15 quid on top of the return value of those RSTs. So let's see how this goes. And I have said to them, I bet I'll be back. I bet they'll break. And I follow all the rules of having zip boots. Here's a few tips. Always completely undo them before you try to put them on. Always try and get the zip as lined up and as close as you can before you pull them up. But what I think it is the zips have to get through the break-in period, and obviously with boots, you want nice tight boots to start with that will then give, and then they feel perfectly moulded to your feet. But there's so much pressure involved with that I think the zips just can't take it. These boots are a little tiny bit tight and the zip zipped up fine, so hopefully they'll last me a while. Now, I haven't got white on them, and I have owned some white boots before, and that's kind of a silly thing to do, but solid. I'm starting to become a Power Ranger now, you know. I've got the black leathers and the black and white boots now, and my gloves are technically black and white, although these are faded. Look how badly, I don't know if you can see the colour on these. These Alpine style gloves have faded. They're not black anymore, they're like a weird brown. So for about the next week until my leathers come back, I'm going to be using my rock jeans, which is I'm perfectly happy with because I really trust the rock jeans, and my old massively oversized jacket. I think I might have to get a hoodie or something to wear under it just because it's that big. I've got the wind blowing up the front and the back and bloody freezing. But this is a perfect example of a thank you to the people who've helped support me at the moment, because I'm able to get my gear sorted so I can actually ride safely. That's thanks to you, so thanks, peeps. But as I say, yeah, I am the motorcycle gear destroyer. I want your claws, your boots, and your socks, because I'm going to fucking ruin them. Now comes the controversial bit. Number one, we don't use this. I have used it in the past and had no problems using it. Now this is where there's a bit of an argument. You see, it's called lubing cables, but some manufacturers say that you should not use any lubricant on the cables because normally they're Teflon